Right then, this is a walk-around video for a quite extraordinary car actually. There's a Honda CR-V 2.2 EX automatic, but it has got a ton of optional equipment fitted to it, and I'll try and remember it all. It's got the exterior pack, so you've got the silver wing mirror caps, front and rear bumper extensions. You've got the 19-inch upgraded alloys, side steps, rear spoiler, pearlescent white, ambient lighting inside, and it's also got the auto cruise control and collision mitigation system. I don't think how much that all is, but I think it's certainly over £4,000, possibly close to 5,000. But it's an amazing car, this one, and in beautiful condition. 58,000 miles, and a full service history, and just going to go for its MOT. Lights and lenses clear, intact, no cracks, no condensation. Bumper really good, likewise bonnet in exceptional condition. Near side of the vehicle really smooth in the panels, can't see any obvious indentations. The alloys are completely original, which means they do have marks on the outside. This is the worst one, but you could easily get it re-silvered on the outside edge if you so wish, but I want to keep this car as original as I possibly can. Rear one in better condition, of course. The inside front is the one that takes all the damage, but I think that's the best angle for these. They look absolutely fantastic. It's subtle, but it's highly effective. Again, beautifully clean as well. Offside, driver's side. Again, absolutely smooth in the panels. Amazing panels, really good. Try to get the shadow out of the way if I can. And final alloy in the front, they're very good. But externally, it's in really good condition, and it's just an amazing looking car. Coming to the back of the car now, absolutely cavernous boots as you'd expect, and then it's been kept absolutely beautifully back here as well. Coming into the back with wide opening rear doors, huge amounts of leg room, and I've got those seats set for me at the front, and I'm over 6 foot tall. Leatherwork is in really good condition back here. It's not always the case with the CR-Vs. They are family cars and can be very heavily used, but this one's been given a very gentle life. Let's come into the front and the passenger side. Again, all in really good condition. So finally coming in on the driver's side, again all really good. Driver's seat sticks all of the wear, shows virtually nothing at all. So inside the car now, engine's running through this section, so the dash can be seen illuminated. Dashboard looks pretty much as new, it's in beautiful condition there. Sat nav working exactly as it should. If I pop the car into reverse, you get that lovely clear gridded parking camera, which supports the front and rear parking sensors. It's been kept absolutely beautifully, really has. And then come across the binnacle there, 58,436 miles. Bizarrely enough, this video comes before the road test video, which I do after, but I actually videoed them the other way around, so but it is absolutely wonderful in here. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key are both here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V. It's a 2.2 EX automatic diesel. Car's registered BK13NPC, and with 58,430 miles currently recorded. The reason for these videos, as I say in each and every one, is very simple. We want to make sure that if anyone's looking at any of our cars online, they actually get to see the cars we advertise in operation. We feel it's really important as a garage, because we know to our cost, unfortunately, when we've gone to see cars ourselves, which have looked perfectly good in the adverts, and then to get there and drive them, find they've got a fundamental issue which shows up whilst driving the car. So hence that's why we do this part of the video. It's also on these lovely quiet country roads very close to our premises, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take buyers on, and the reason for that is it's hopefully then representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car, been very well looked after vehicle. I'm not going to go over the spec again because it's astonishing really. But starting with the engine, push button start on the top of the range cars, starts instantly and settles to completely smooth and even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, although one's probably going to blink on, and that's just the fuel light, by the way. But the engines are superb, absolutely brilliant diesel engines, and it's not always a given that an automatic and diesel goes well together. I've driven some where the combination should be good and just doesn't work for whatever reason, but because this engine's got such a lovely spread of power, it works perfectly with the auto, absolutely perfectly. It's quiet and refined on the move. It's just a joyous engine to use. They are cam and chain driven, no cam belts to worry about on these cars, so no monster service looming on them. Engine then feeds through into the auto gearbox, standard conventional auto gearbox, and all the better for it. It's started off actually because Honda didn't have an automatic for the diesel when they first brought it out, and rather than go to the expense of designing a new one, they went for engineering overkill and basically put the automatic from the Honda Legend flagship car into this vehicle. And given that the Legend is best part of 300 horsepower, over double this, then it's clearly man enough for the job, and we've never touched one, so it's a lovely combination. Notwithstanding reputation, you should still do the checks that are required on an automatic gearbox, and basically that's just to make sure that the gears when they change are nice and smooth, and they certainly are in this case, to the point of being borderline imperceptible, but also when you're stationary, when you put it into drive and into reverse, there shouldn't be any great sort of delays or clonks when it goes into gear, but everything's absolutely spot on with the gearbox. Steering of the vehicle is really nicely done on the CR-Vs. It's got a real feeling of solidity on the road. It's not one of those horrible, light, lifeless steering systems you get in some cars. It's precise, it's accurate, it really is. It's very, very car-like in the way it feels on the road. Doesn't intimidate, but you just feel very kind of hunkered down onto the road with the steering. It also tracks absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limits, so all good. Chassis of the car is fantastic for this type of vehicle. The CR-V is the best-selling SUV in the world, and it's immediately obvious as to why, because it does what you want the car to do absolutely superbly. So full of people in the car, go through the corners, there's not a huge amount of pitching and wallowing about, so they're not getting nauseous or they're car sick. But on the straight ahead, it's got a very compliant, very well judged ride. It's really well done. Whilst I'm on road tests, I'm also listening out for any kind of noises coming from underneath the car that shouldn't be there, any sort of rattles or clonks, and there's nothing at all. Just going to give the brakes a bit of a shove when I get to this slightly straight part, and then give it a nice hard thump. Very good brakes on the car. Pull up immediately. There's no pulsing or vibrations from the brake pedals, so all in fine fettle. Worth pointing out actually that the car will be going off for a MOT once I've finished doing this video, so all these things will be checked as a matter of course anyway, so that is independent of us. So coming inside the car, first thing you notice with pretty much all CR-Vs is how brilliantly made they are. No squeaks, no rattles, nothing at all. Absolutely beautifully bolted together cars. Driving the car, you get a really lovely view out of the front. Quite a low dash line, so it means I can actually see a bonnet, which is a rarity in this day and age. Big wing mirrors either side, absolutely huge, which means you can get a really it's very confidence inspiring when you're driving down the road. You get a feeling of what's going on all around you. And then the dash itself, which is in lovely condition as we know, it's a very highly equipped car, but it doesn't faze you at all. It's very simple to operate. A few days in the car and it all becomes second nature very quickly. Big screen sat nav, all working exactly as it should. Dual zone climate control system, which obviously offers you the option to have different temperatures side to side on the car, and that's pumping out lovely cold air as well, by the way. There's the fuel light come on, I knew it would. Heated seats, again, working exactly as they should. Switch gears, got that wonderful precision of operation that Honda do so well. It's kind of a slightly rubbery feel to them. It's beautifully done. All the damping of the switches is very, very high quality. Dash in front is simplicity itself. Nice, easy, legible dials there to take the information in. Steering wheel, which is really nice and small in diameter, leather bound of course, and it feels like pretty much like new to hold. This car, as you know from the walk around video, it has this brilliant cruise control system, which isn't standard. I mean, on top of everything else they threw at the car, but I love it because it's also got what they call collision mitigation. So if you go to pull away and there's something directly in front, it'll slam the brakes on for you and pre-tension the seat belts. But my favourite part is the cruise control, as I said, which normal cruise control, you set it to a speed and it stays at that speed. So if you catch something up, you've either got to hit the brakes or slow it down on there. With this, there's a radar built into the Honda badge on the front, and it'll speed you up and slow you down. It's absolutely brilliant in operation. I've used it thousands of times on ours and absolutely love it. This is a four-wheel drive version of the CR-V. No buttons to press, does it all for you. Again, because Honda knew when they designed the car that most people will be doing as I am today, driving in perfectly good conditions. So there's no need to have four-wheel drive on permanently, because the problem with that is permanent four-wheel drive systems chew up their tyres more quickly, certainly use more fuel and put a lot more mechanical stress through the vehicle. This system, should you hit a bit of snow or ice or mud, front wheels start to lose grip, it instantly brings in the rear wheels to give you four-wheel drive, and it's absolutely seamless in the way it does it. It's just brilliant. Its simplicity, by the way, also gives it its reliability, because obviously it's not been used that often. And in nearly 3 decades selling Hondas using this system, we've never so much as put a spanner on one of them, so it's very tough indeed. As I said at the start of the video, the point of it, as always, is just to show the car in operation. It just drives absolutely beautifully. It really, really does. These are superb cars. As always though, if you've got any questions, don't hesitate, do give us a call.